What's up guys, welcome back to Seize the Speed for another video, and to the right and to the left side of me is a 2024 Genesis G70. Let's get into it. Alright, so we have two Genesis G70s right next to us, and the biggest difference between these two is that the one to the right side of me has the all-new 2.5 liter inline 4 turbo under the hood, whereas the one to the left, the blue one, has a 3.3 that we know and love V6 twin turbo engine. This engine is all new for 2024. It is similar to some of the Hyundai products engines. I think the new Santa Fe uses this 2.5 liter 4, and this powertrain in this car makes 300 horsepower, whereas the 3.3 that's been around for a while makes 383 horsepower. So we're gonna go ahead and take both of these back to back for a drive and see if upgrading to the 3.3 is still the answer. This is a monster, this is a powerhouse. We love this engine, but can the Turbo 4 steal our hearts? Let's find out. So the styling of the G70, this is your small performance sedan class of car. Goes against something like a Mercedes C-Class or a BMW 3 Series, but Genesis focuses a lot more on a luxurious aspect of design. You can see this diamond grille up front, looks absolutely gorgeous. Genesis logo on the hood. These headlights are absolutely beautiful. I actually really love the new Genesis design language. The G70 specifically, the proportions are some of my favorite. I think this is the perfect size of car for me personally, and in this segment the G70 is really killing it. You can see the bright red calipers. We got a Kawa blue color on this one. Let's check out the interior. So as you can see, we have diamond stitched everywhere. Seats, door panels, you name it. This particular one has this white beautiful leather interior. I think with the blue exterior it really goes well. The dash is really classy. There's really no crazy lines. It just works. The screen looks pretty good next to the vents. Backseat of the Genesis, gonna hop in. And honestly, for it being a small performance sedan, we have tons of headroom. It's not bad at all. And a pretty good bit of legroom right here. And you can move the passenger seat using these buttons. So if you're getting chauffeured around in your compact sport sedan and no one's sitting up there, you can go ahead and get yourself some more legroom. All right, on to the 4-cylinder Genesis, and this one is not an absolute base model. It has the Sport Prestige package, meaning you still get a sunroof, you still get real leather, not diamond stitched, but you still get these piped real leather seats, not synthetic leather. You still get heated and cooled seats, and all of that for the low price of around $46,000 MSRP for this one, compared to $56,000 on that one. So almost a $10,000 difference between the two. So let's go ahead and hop in the 3.3 V6, which we know and love, and then compare it to this powertrain and see if the savings are there for a reason. Let's find out. All right, rolling down the road, listening to my Genesis soundtrack. So relaxing. Anyways, so we are in the 3.3 V6 Genesis G70. Alright, so popping this thing into sport mode gives you active bolsters. Genesis, man, what are we doing here? That's badass. We have our blind spot cameras, not just monitors. So you do get quite a bit with this car. Even though it's a luxury car, it still holds you in a corner. Drop a couple gears. Man, the shifts are pretty quick. Not bad at all, not bad at all. Real like that. Very snappy shifts. So this 3.3 V6 has been around for a good while. We all know what it's capable of. Pretty cool motor, pretty peppy, pretty tunable. I know a few people that own Stingers with really high horsepower numbers. These cars are super fun. Of course, this one's rear-wheel drive, but it could be had in all-wheel drive. Rear-wheel drive is probably a little more fun though. But the Genesis really just wafts down the road. It's not the snappiest of gear changes when it's not in sport mode. So it definitely changes its behavior when you do change the settings. I love how heavy the steering wheel feels. A lot of the rivals to this car, BMW, have lost a lot of feedback in their steering wheel. If you look at the older E90 chassis versus the current G20, for example, the steering wheels are dead. They're very different. This car, pretty smooth. It's not jarring, but it's tuned to give you a lot of feedback from what the wheels are doing. Got a stretch of open road here. Man, these shifts are fantastic. I'm very impressed with this 8-speed. You can hear the turbos kicking in. Sounds pretty cool. It's like, it has a turbo noise, but it also keeps, it's not a just sneezing every second. It's just a little bit of suction, intake, induction noise. It does the sporty thing very luxuriously. I like it. That's a Genesis way. Now, with all that being said, I am really curious to find out if G70 for $10,000 less with the all-new 2.5 liter inline-4 turbocharged motor is going to be half as fun as this car, honestly. And I have been told that it is a hoot. Woohoo! And the rear-wheel drive is a great powertrain. This is my choice for sure. This would be the G70 I would pick up, but I can't speak on that just yet because I haven't driven the 4-banger. Let's go hop in that and see how that is. All right, driving the 4-cylinder counterpart to the G70 Genesis, and honestly, this powertrain is peppy. It feels lighter because it has a smaller engine in it, like weight-wise, but it feels a little less heavy, I guess, less nose heavy. It's a little lighter handling wise, but aside that, it feels very similar. Transmission is still very good. 8-speed is doing its job. Very nice. Doesn't make as good of a grunt as the V6 does, but the real question is, can you still have fun in this car? Let's punch it.
It is noticeably slower.
I mean, 68 horsepower is slower, but
Still pretty quick.
the difference in power is most noticeable up at speed, highway speeds, where you would have a lot of passing power in a 3.3 V6. This one, not as much. This one you would feel the fact that this is a 4-cylinder a lot more. Off the line though, this is still a very quick car. Down in first, second, third gear, this car actually still is quite fast for what it is. The biggest difference is when you are trying to accelerate past 50-60 miles an hour. Let's go ahead and put this in comfort mode. Just driving around quietly around town, and it feels solid. Comfort mode, honestly, you wouldn't be able to tell too much of a difference between this or the 3.3 V6 twin turbo, but in conclusion, G70, different trims for different people. If you're looking for a daily driver that gets good fuel economy, looks fantastic, you know, compact enough to drive around city, park it in tight parking spaces, and even occasionally carry rear passengers, pretty good space back there. Your G70 with the new 2.5 liter is a fantastic car. I think it's a combined 24 miles per gallon fuel economy, 29 highway, 21 city. whereas the V6 3.3 does a 21 combined. So that one does, I believe, a 27 highway and an 18 city. So which, you know, makes sense. Off the line, you use a lot of fuel on the highway. Both of these cars with this fantastic 8-speed, they do great. But as far as this video goes, this one is over. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Let me know what else you're considering cross-shopping with a G70. But this video is over. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Peace out. And I'm out.